In this video, I will be showing you how to calculate the net force of an object and how to determine whether that force is balanced or unbalanced. The first thing I like to do is identify the direction of my force. You can do that by simply looking at the direction of the arrows. The next thing I like to do is write a little note to myself. I know that if my arrow is going to the right, then it is positive. The number is positive. If my arrow is going to the left, then the number is negative. So I'm going to put right and left. That's just a little note to help you understand the value of each number. So let's begin. In this block, we have 45 newtons going to the right. So that's going to be 45 newtons to the right. And then we have 15 newtons to the left. And as you can see, I already put my plus sign because we're always going to add to calculate the net force. So plus negative 15 newtons. So now we're going to do simple addition. 45 newtons plus negative 15 newtons is going to be 30 newtons. Now, which direction is this force going? The greater force is going to the right. So our force is going to go to the right. So we have 30 newtons to the right. Now, is this force balanced or unbalanced? For a force to be balanced, that means it has an equal amount of force on either side of the object. That force would in turn equal out to 0 newtons. For this problem, we got 30 newtons to the right. So that force is unbalanced. The next problem, we have 65 newtons to the left, 10 newtons to the right. So we're going to add negative 65 newtons plus 10 newtons. And that's going to give us a force of 55 newtons. Which direction is that force going? The greater force is going to the north side, to the left side. And I want you to think of this as a tug of war. On the right, we have one man pulling at a force of 10 newtons. On the left, we have two men pulling at a combined force of 65 newtons. Which way will the object move? Obviously to the left because there's a greater force. So we have 55 newtons to the left. Is this force balanced or unbalanced? For an object to be balanced, for a force to be balanced, it has to have an equal amount of force on each side of the object and equal out to 0. This equals out to 55 newtons. So this force is unbalanced. The next example, we have 10 newtons to the left and an additional 50 newtons to the left. So we're going to go ahead and add our negative 10 newtons plus negative 50 newtons for a combined negative 60 newtons. Now you can or cannot put the negative sign. If this was a multiple choice option, you probably would not see a negative, but this is just to let you know that it's going to the left. So our direction is both arrows are going towards the left. So the combined force is going to be 60 newtons to the left. Is this force balanced or unbalanced? Although the arrows are moving in the same directions, for an object to be balanced, there must be an equal amount of force applied to both sides, and it must equal out to 0. This equals out to 60 newtons, so the force is unbalanced. Our last example, we have, and this is a little different because the arrows are not going left or right, they're going up and down, okay? So we're going to go ahead and identify the direction of our force. So we have our arrow going up. So we're going to have up 19.8 newtons. And then we have it going down, and our down is going to be our negative. Okay, it's going to be plus negative 9.8 newtons. So we're going to add our 19.8 newtons plus our negative 9.8 newtons. And that's going to give us a force of a remaining force of 10 newtons. Which direction has the greater force? And that's going to be going up. Now, I want to give you guys one last example to show you a balanced force. This force would also be unbalanced. So for this example, I'm going to show you a force that will be considered balanced. On the going to the right side, we have 50 newtons of force. Going to the right, we have 50 newtons of force. So we're going to do the same thing. We have 50 newtons going to the right, so positive 50 newtons, plus negative 50 newtons. And this positive and negative are going to cancel each other out for a total combined force of 0 newtons. This block is showing an equal amount of force on either side, and it equals out to 0. That makes this force balanced. I hope this helped.